الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم المبعوث رحمة للعالمين وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهديه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I pray you all well. كيف حالكم? How are you?
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله.
الحمد لله، جزاكم الله خيرا.
Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
I hope my Zoom's working this time. So I'm just going to do a little Assalamu alaikum in the chat, and I'm hoping that it shows this time, inshallah.
Sure, please try. I can see it. Alhamdulillah. I can see it. وعليكم السلام. جزاك الله خيرا for trying. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Okay, so حياكم الله. Inshallah, today we talk about Arabic, and first thing I want you to practice saying to get into the mood of the Arabic is to say how we say Arabic in Arabic. So who knows, how do we call Arabic language or just Arabic in Arabic? We have an idea.
What do you mean, Sada? The name of the word Arabic?
How would
Arabiya?
Al-Arabiya or Arabi? Arabi. So when you say Arabi, you're referring to the language or you're referring to someone that's speaking the language? Okay, so we're going to try. You don't have, if you feel, as you know, the session is recorded. So if you don't feel comfortable saying it out loud in the microphone, you can say it, repeat it off the microphone. Arabi, Arabi. And the more you practice, few things will happen. You're practicing the ayn, which one of the challenging sounds because it comes from the middle of your throat. And in the future, you say Arabi instead of Arabic. So that's the first thing we're going to look at today. So Arabi, if you feel comfortable, say, I will wait. If not, then I will move on.
Arabi.
Thank you. Jazakallah khairan. Arabi.
Arabi.
I was about to hear Fiona. Go ahead, please.
Arabi.
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 Santi, thank you. Mrs. Tramina.
Arabi.
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 Naam. Jazakallah khairan. You all sound amazing, mashallah. Okay. Second thing I want you to look at before we start learning a few letters today, or a letter and practice, inshallah, is I want you to have a look at this. Look, what's happening here, I want you to observe, because sometimes when we think we're copying or writing the letters, we think we have to write it in one go. Just one go, this is the one how it's written. But actually, when we write the Arabic, we take our time and we put few steps. So what I'm trying to show you through here, and inshallah, I don't know the person who is writing, but I can send you the same video. So you can observe that it takes few steps to write each letter. So take your time, make the first stroke, make the second stroke, and I will show you inshallah on the screen. And as you can see, after you finish, you can decorate it with the harakat, and it looks so beautiful. Okay, so this is the second thing I want to show you. Take your time when we practice writing. Don't have to think you have to write it in one stroke or in one flow or in one line. Like you start on the paper and you have to finish the letter right away in the same line. No, take your time. You can take few steps, one step, second step, third step, until you finish it all. third thing I want to share with you as well before we start is how Arabic actually looks like. When I say actually, I mean to the Arabs. How does it look like? So Arabic writing originally, before, let's say, the time of Ali ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, was not with dots, was not dotted. Look here. They write like this. There are no dots and there is no fatha dhamma kasra that you're familiar with now. These things were added in time of Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu to help new Muslims, to help children to remember how to say it. But originally, Arabic didn't have that. Arabs, until this day, anyone that spoke Arabic and learned it when they're small, they can read even if there were no dots at all or harakat. So a text like that, that has no dots in it, still can be read. So dots and harakat, fatha, dhamma, kasra, the vowels that you see on top of the letters are added in about maybe after the Prophet ﷺ death, about maybe 20 or 30 years or so. I have to check the number of years, but it wasn't originally from the Arabic. Another thing I want to show you, because when you learn Arabic, of course, first objective, you want to read the Quran, but I want you as well to know that many knowledges were preserved, especially medicine. If you heard about Ibn Sina and his book, the Canon or Al-Qanun fi al-Tibb, he wrote it all in Arabic, He wrote it all in Arabic. And you can see how they take the footnotes, we call now footnotes, they used to take them in every direction possible. Very interesting to see how they used colors. They used big font, small font, subnotes. That's why in the video I was trying to show you Arabic, I said you can write in any way. You can write straightforward, diagonal. This is something they're familiar with and they do. Another thing to learn about Arabic is when you look at this, maybe you think this is Quran, and it is not Quran. It's still another book or another page from the same book, Canon in Medicine or Al-Qanun fi al-Tibb, written by Ibn Sina. And what you notice here is what? What you see here that I'm trying to show you. What do you see? And you don't have to read anything, of course, but what you see here that he looked after as he's writing his book is what? You cannot see anything special in that?
You mean like the member,
The member, you say?
Is that looks like a member, isn't that the shape at the top there? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the member. I'm talking about that they looked after decorating and making it beautiful as well. So this is an Islamic art that's called Nabati art, plant art, and okay, Ahsanti, so you noticed it's from Islamic buildings, and that because they looked after and they carefully used to make that decoration. That is not a building, that is his own book. So this is his own drawing in the beginning of this chapter that he's writing. He's writing in medicine, but yet he still wanted to make it looking beautiful. And when we look at it, it's very detailed, like few leaves, few plants, but with the certain colors and with the certain shapes. They loved that. And as you can see, it's apparent in their books. So maybe what I'm trying to tell you through this introduction, think of Arabic as a place to be creative, of the Arabi as a place to be creative. Take your time. You don't have to rush. Don't feel the overwhelm of it's a whole language that I don't know, but look at it from a different perspective, different angle to make it easy for yourself to approach it. Okay. And This is it. Now we're going to look at our alphabet chart. There are a few ways to address this chart, and one of them is to go from the top, alif, ba, ta, tha, and look at every letter and write every letter from beginning to end. And there is another way I used in some of my classes, and it worked with young children, with other sisters as well, which is to select letters that will form a word eventually. So when they learn these 3 letters in the beginning from the alphabet, they don't have to go, we don't have to go in order. They able to at least read and write one word. So now we're going to make a choice, or tell me what if both choices are equal to you, or you prefer one more than the other. The traditional way to go alif. So today we look at the alif and we learn it. Or there is another way that I have a selection for you with a different letter. Okay, I have one vote. Let's learn one word, which means we're going to selection. We're not going to go traditional alif, ba, ta, tha all the way. Who else want to vote? Even if it's equal, just let me know it's equal to you. It's fine. Okay. Okay, Jazakallah khairan. Okay, mashallah. So with that, our first word, Jazakallah khairan. Okay, barakallah fikum. Our first word then has letter kaf coming at the start. So our first letter today is going to be learning to read and write and draw letter kaf. So kaf, easily, I heard it from some sister mistaken with the q. So it's dry sound. I want you to be able to start it slower, to feel that air, that push, that squeeze between your tongue and your upper palate. Kaf, ka, ka. Again, you are welcome to open the mic and try, but no obligatory, because you know the session is recorded. So if you feel like you want to try or me to hear it, please, you're welcome.
Ustada, is it kaf?
I want you to start it slower. I want you to take the time before saying the whole name, just to kaf.
Kaf.
I hear it clearly, mashallah, jazakallah khairan.
No. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who else want to try?
Should I go? Kaf.
Correct, ahsanti, jazakallah khairan.
Kaf.
It's a little bit heavy. I want you to make it a bit drier and thinner if you can.
Kaf.
Not ka. Ahsanti. Really good. That's it. Ka. Okay. All right. So this is how we say it. How do we draw it? So I'll show you. I'll show you a way on the screen, and you can as well participate with me on the screen. It's going to be a lot of fun if you all can write, or you can write on your paper and send me privately or in the group later to check if it was correct, right? So I'm going to share now a white screen. So if you want to write with me on the screen, what do? You will, when you look at your Zoom now, you'll find on the top view options. So from the view options, you will find annotate. If you're able to see the annotate, you're able to write with me and choose colors and write your own letter on the screen. So I will draw a line for you to see the reference. So this is one line. So kaf is a letter that sits on top of the line. It doesn't go under, it's all on top. So for example, when you write it alone, like we see it now in the chart, and this is what we're going to practice today, you write like a corner, but a curved corner. So it is not sharp like this. It is not like this. It's a little bit curved. And we add a little bit of a detail at the end to finish it off. If you write it like this alone, that we won't understand this to be kaf. For it to be kaf, it has to have the hamza sitting in the middle of it. So kaf is the name of the letter, and this is how we draw it. So who would like to try on the screen? You can, or if you have already your material and your color and you want to try, write it big, write it small, and enjoy it. Ka. Okay, mashallah, I saw my sister Naima's. Santi, I would go for more, even to be on top of the line even more like this, but it's okay. Jazakallah khairan. Who else want to try? Please have a go. If of course the view option work for you and you find annotate easy, I think you'll like that. But if not, write on paper and send later. So just on your mark, tell me when you're done practice writing letter kaf and all good. Just type done for me, so I move to the next step. Jazakumullah khairan. Is there a struggle with writing kaf? Okay. Second thing, Jazakumullah khair. Okay. Second thing will help you reading the kaf right away is putting a sound. That sound, we're going to agree, it's a little dash. I want to please, if you have more than one color, or you can get more than one color, or at least a pencil and a pen, put that little dash that we call fatha on top of the kaf. So then the kaf would transfer into ka, and that's the sound. Ka, you see? So kaf, which is, if you think of it like when you say W in English, if you just say W, you won't be able to read it. You have to add after it a E or a I or a A. So that is the vowel that will allow you to transfer kaf as a name to ka as a sound. Okay. We have 1 minute left, and in that 1 minute, we're going to introduce the second letter in our word. Our word is 3 letters. That's the first one. Second one is letter, inshallah, easy for you to read and say because it's in English too. It's this one, and we call it ta. That's not the sound, that's the name. It happened to be that when we add the sound on it, it's a little bit equal. But this is the letter itself. The name of the letter is ta. Looks a bit like a smiley face, but please avoid drawing it rigid or with corners like this. Try to be smooth. So I will try again. You start, you curve, and then you draw a line, curve again, up. Remember that we're writing from right to left. So don't please start your ta from the other side. That won't be right. Start your ta from the right side and draw to the left and add your 2 dots. Try to draw it on the screen if you can, or on your paper if you can. I will add another line for you so you can draw here if you wish. So what I ask now is the letter ta. And after you finish it, add on it that little dash that we agreed on. Ahsanti. Oh, that looks so good. Thank you, Naima. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Add the 2 dots, please. After that, we add the little dash with the different color according to the choice you had. So if you chose red like me, do red. If you choose a different color, if you choose a pencil and a pen, it's up to you. But try to make them different so you can see what happened between the kaf and the ka and the ta and the fatha with the fatha, which is going to be ta. What I'm missing, my sister, are the dots. Maybe you're trying to add them and they're not showing.
Yeah, I added them, but they're not showing. I don't know why.
It's okay. Try to add them. It's okay. Now, before we go, all what I ask you now to do as an introduction to next time is to read these 2 together. Can you read these 2 letters together with the ones with the little dash on top? So kaf and fatha would be ka, ta and fatha would be ta, together would be, who, if again, if ka, ta, who else want to try?
Kata.
MashaAllah, kata. Who else want to try?
Kata.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah, kata. Okay, and that's it. Questions?
I just went, you know, the Quran, the old time one, you know, they didn't have the harakat, but this were they also omitted? Like the 2 dots on top of ta and the dot on top of noon.
They were not omitted, my sister, they were added.
Oh, no,
It didn't
not
have. It
didn't even
didn't have.
even
It's-
those ones they
it's-
didn't have.
It's not the Quran, my sister. The language didn't have. The language doesn't have dots. Originally, Arabic language does not have dots. Originally, the dots and the fatha, kasra, dhamma were added only in time of Ali radiallahu anhu to allow us today to keep the same sounds. So these are not originally from Arabic, they were added to the Arabic. They were adapted by the Arabic, but it's not omitted. I don't want you to think they were taken away. They didn't exist. Do you see?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, Jazakallah khairan. Barakallah feekum, my sisters. Who found that overwhelming or too hard? My sisters that are starting first time today for the Arabic. Was that too hard, overwhelming? Okay, Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah, Jazakumullah khairan. And we're going to keep it like that. Just one slide thing at the time. Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khairan. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. We're going to keep it like that, simple. So you add one little piece at a time. Your homework now is going to be practice writing both letters. Have fun with them. Show me if you want. Send me on a message, private if you want, for me to check. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to end this recording and then I'm going to start, inshallah, our next lesson. Our next lesson is Surah Al-Hujurat. You're welcome. Those that joined for the Arabic, welcome to stay for the next lesson. You can do what you wish. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam.